buddy. Here we go. So, coming on Sunday. This Sunday, we have... Sunday. We have 5-headed shark attack. 5! You knew that was coming. 5-headed shark attack. Shaped like a demented starfish. We were wondering how this thing was going to look.
It's Patrick.
Shaped like a demented star. How does it swim? You know what? Who cares? Who cares? Why am I asking questions? Who cares? Shaped like a demented starfish, a monster 5-headed shark terrorizes the open ocean before invading the beaches of Puerto Rico. Really? Ironically, the shining star.
Oh.
Yeah!
Okay.
Actually, no. ¿Cómo? So, anyway, invades the beaches of Puerto Rico, endangering the once beautiful island paradise. You have not been to Puerto Rico, have you?
They're on the tourist side.
Yeah, San Juan, yes. Sure. Don't go to the mountains. That's all I'm saying. You may not come back. Anyway, so that's on Sunday, July 30th. On Monday, July 31st, we have Mississippi River sharks. Sharks attack a fish rodeo.
I
can't even read these descriptions without laughing.
Can we just admit they've stopped caring at this point?
Yes, that's so
This is so
Would you
good.
like me to read?
No, I got it. Sharks attack a fish rodeo in the Mississippi River, and it's up to a group of locals to stop them. On Wednesday, August 2nd, my birthday.
Yay! Dani!
Thank you. We have...
Oh God, here we go. You want me to do it?
Let the professional voiceover guy read.
We have Trailer Park Shark.
Oh God.
A tropical storm flooding Soggy Meadows Trailer Park and forces a hungry shark upriver. Holy fuck. This is so good. On Thursday, August 3rd, we have Toxic Shark.
Okay.
Yay!
A tropical singles retreat. Really? Do they just fishbowl these ideas? Like, fuck. We put the places in one, we put the... Yeah. Wow, okay.
1 from column A, 2 from column B.
We're getting a lot of loves for doing this.
People are loving this. This is great. Toxic Shark. A tropical singles retreat takes a terrifying turn when guests realize a poisonous shark is infesting the surrounding water. Not only will the toxic shark rip apart its victims, but it also uses projectile acid to hunt in and out of the water.
Yes, it is.
Dun, dun,
They are ripping
dun!
apart vixens, basically. So that wasn't that far from the truth.
This is what's going to make me actually shopping ice shark around not very easy, because my shark script is not silly.
Oh my god. This is just so good. This is so good. There's no new movie on Friday. Good, because you're supposed to be here listening to us. On Saturday, August 5th, we have Empire of the Sharks. Set in the future.
Oh God! Do you want us to take this?
No! Set in the... Because they're loving me laughing as I'm doing this. Set in a future where most of the earth is covered by water and only land left is controlled by a warlord who rules with an army of hyper-intelligent sharks.
Starring Dennis Hopper.
Aquaman!
Unlucky humans are used as shark food. But when friends risk their lives to rescue a trapped prisoner, those in prison decide to rise against their captor and his legion of bloodthirsty sharks.
Waterworld, Part 2.
You mean the good one?
Yeah.
Wow.
And less expensive.
That's right.
I get a toasty for that. Thank you very much. And of course, Sunday, August 6th at 9 o'clock, head up against the Game of Thrones, we have Sharknado 5, Global Swarming. As a shark-infested storm grows stronger and more complex, the world braces for the inevitable, a global Sharknado. This year, the mission gets personal for chainsaw-wielding leader Finn Shepard, Ian's earring, and his bionic wife April, Tara Reid the drunk, while their young son gets trapped in a Sharknado and is transported all over the world.
Cheapest vacation ever.
Seriously, dude.
And they say you can travel all through the United States for only $200 by train. Sharknado.
Hey son, want to travel abroad?
Right?
Anyway, so yeah. Whew.
We have to give you a cookie, according to Margaret.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was great.
Do the sharks have lasers on their heads? You know, I sincerely hope so, Brad.
Well, remember there was like something weird about one of them, but they didn't. They teased it in the trailer, but they didn't show it.
I sincerely hope they do.
It's just gonna be great.
Damn, these are the ideas that you come up with when you don't smoke weed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there's a rumored former WWE guy in it too. I haven't found out who it is. I saw in the clip. We saw Gilbert Godfrey,
Yes.
Brett Michaels.
All the Sharknadoes have had a former WWE wrestler in it.
With the exception of the first one. First one did not.
Well, because after the first one, that's when celebrities were clamoring to be
a part
in
of it. Starting from the second one on was when everybody was jumping in.
I remember during Sharknado 1 going through Twitter, and Will Wheaton was just
you were like, I gotta be a part of this. I gotta be a part of this.
He was begging to be a part of Sharknado 2, and they had him in Sharknado 2 in the opening credit scene, and he died, and he was in his absolute glory.
Exactly.
Listen, how many times does Mia Farrow go on Twitter and say, this is the best thing ever?
It really is. It really is.
Gloriously stupid.
Actually, for those of you that do have Twitter, I highly recommend, not because just of the wrestler, because he barely tweets, but during Shark Week on Sci-Fi, Stone Cold Steve Austin tweets a lot. Because apparently he loves these movies as well, and he tweets the most hilarious tweets because he writes them in wrestling lingo. And it's so funny. Like there was the one he goes, the Sharks are making a big heel push, but the baby faces I think are going to make a big turnaround right about now. But he tweets during these movies and everything like that. So if you have Twitter, follow Stone Cold at least for the Shark Week. I guarantee you it's going to be comedy gold. Reading those tweets.
According to Margaret, John Morrison is the wrestler that is going to be
yes, because he's been making a lot of rounds.
Yes, and he's also he mentioned it on Twitter apparently.
Okay. Well, quick thing, really quick. One of my fellow nerd friends from work, Mario Beckless, who may or may not be watching, actually wanted me to post this question to you guys.
Okay.
So a bit of a quick little question before we get into our book review and everything like that. All right. And I pose this one to you because he asked me to ask all of you. Who would be the last person standing? Your choices are out of the 6. Superman, Goku, Doomsday, One Punch Man, Dr. Manhattan, or Thanos while wielding the Infinity Gauntlet.
If it weren't for Thanos, I would say Dr. Manhattan.
I was going to say the same. I was going to go with Dr. Manhattan until you said
Because
Thanos.
he can control just about anything.
Yeah, especially with that. And if he has all the Infinity Stones, no less. Thanos.
Yeah.
What do you bet?
I agree.
You going Thanos? So we're in a unanimous decision?
Yes,
Unanimous decision from us will be Thanos. Thanos. All right, well, that being said, I am going to shift it over to Miss Danielle for her book review of the month.
And then on to Spike for his B-movie pick of the month, finally.
Oh, and I can stretch my legs. It feels so good.
Foxy, hand me the book that's behind you.
No!
Please?
No.
All right. Okay. Here's the book. As Damien models it for me. Okay, so the book for tonight, or for the book of the month, and there isn't going to be a bliss rage, there isn't a nerd rage, so sorry if you were thinking that was going to happen. The book is The Geek's Guide to Unrequited Love by Sarvanis, I think I pronounced that right, Taj. And if I didn't, I'm sorry. But anyway, so this I am recommending. And as I'm reading through my notes, here's the book description. Graham met his best friend, Roxy, when he moved into her neighborhood 8 years ago, and she asked him which Hogwarts house he'd be sorted into.
Slytherin! Sorry. House Slytherin.
Okay. Graham has been in love with her ever since. But now they're 16, still neighbors, still best friends. And Graham and Roxy share more than ever, moving on from their Harry Potter obsession to a serious love of comic books. When Graham learns that the creator of their favorite comic, The Chronicles of Althena, it's not a real comic, even though it should be, is making a rare appearance at this year's New York Comic Con, he knows he must score tickets. And the event inspires Graham to come up with the perfect plan to tell Roxy how he really feels about her. He's got 3 days, because they didn't go on Thursday, even though they should have, to woo his best friend at the coolest, kookiest con full of superheroes and supervillains. But no one at a comic book convention is who they appear to be, even Roxy. And Graham is starting to realize fictional love stories are way less complicated than real life ones. Okay, so with this book, it has been a long time since I read a reasonably non-angsty young adult book. And this one obviously hit the spot. It is sweet, it is fun, it is full of pop culture and sci-fi gems. It reminded me of another book that I recommended when we started this, 2013?
I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, we took a 3-year hiatus
Yes,
from this
but
one.
so then, I don't know.
No.
Ah.
Anyway, another book that I recommended back in the day was Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, and that was kind of the same thing with this. But it had a charm all on its own. The best thing is that it is set during New York Comic Con, and if you've been to New York Comic Con, you know how it is when you go there, and everything that you've experienced at New York Comic Con is in this book. This woman, or man, I think it's a man, who wrote the book, obviously did their research. Okay? This book is set during New York Comic Con, so if you're not into the whole Comic Con scene, which is fine, this book's not going to be for you, because you're not going to understand what's going on.
Does it describe the smell
Yes.
of Comic-Con? Holy shit, really?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Okay. But good news for everyone else. This is easily the best geek story I've ever read. I feel like a lot of authors will throw in the occasional nerd culture reference as kind of a prop to strengthen their characters. But I swear, it seems that this author has lived this life because the atmosphere was perfect. I was right, it is a woman. She clearly understands both the pain of missing out on panels despite waiting in line forever, as well as the very serious discussion of Ned Stark versus Boromir. And I'm not a Game of Thrones fan, and I was able to understand that discussion that was going on in this book.
That's pretty freaking cool. I think
Yes.
that you could understand that.
Yes. So, if you're looking for a contemporary love story set in a geek era, and you are all about Comic Cons and want to read more, suggest you get this book. Another thing, if you've seen the movie Pretty in Pink, pretty much take that movie, set it in New York Comic Con, you got this book.
But in Pretty in Pink, she should have ended up with Ducky instead.
Yes, that's why I'm not spoiling the end of the book.
So now you're like, crap, I gotta read the book.
As I was describing this on the ride over here, it sounds like the YA rom-com version of the movie Paul.
Huh.
Very much a celebration of nerd culture.
It's a celebration!
See, I like when books can take these pop culture references and write them out accurately, like that book, or
Yes.
like Ready Player One. It's like, because there's so many references that's like, you try to write about, but then you're like, can I do it where if a fan doesn't follow it, will they get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, this author honestly probably spent an awful amount of time at New York Comic Con, because the way that she described Javits Center and the panels and getting from one room to another,
You have to
and
be
the
there to feel
and
it.
it's like
You gotta
she
be there.
obviously did her research.
Huh.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Danny.
Alright, well, Spike, you are up with your pick of the month.
Alrighty.
You are in camera, but if you want to get down a little bit, go right on ahead, because I'm going to do this.
Down.
Okay, first off, John, I know you're watching. I told you I was going to do this a while back. So my movie of the month is Knock Knock.
Who's there?
Cheating Evan.
Cheating Evan who?
Cheating eventually gets you killed.
Oh, damn! Well, then.
Which happens
Well
to be
done.
a quote from the movie, so
Yeah,
I had that planned out in case one of you smart asses.
That was awesome.
Well then.
Alright,
Aren't you glad
then,
you're
bro.
in a whole room full of smartasses that you were able to do that?
I was prepared.
Nice.
Well then.
So this film is written and directed by Eli Roth.
Oh.
Yeah, hold on. I know what you.
he's not doing.
Yeah, I know what you're expecting from you hear that name, because if you think of films like Hostel or Green Inferno, you're expecting bloody, gory, all that crazy shit.
Yeah.
Not in this case. No. It's actually more like suspense, like little mindfuck sort of.
Oh.
So basically, it's about this guy named Evan, played by Keanu Reeves. And,
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And basically, he's a good family guy. He's a good husband, good father, regular guy. So one day on Father's Day, he has to